Welcome back to the Freedom Equation. Today, you guys, I want to be really honest with you and talk about something that kind of sucks. It may not be a situation you're in right now, and you might be kind of grateful. So here's the deal, you guys. I don't know if you've ever heard of this term, but it's called being asset rich but cash poor. Um, and I think I'm kind of finding myself in this situation, which is really weird. Um, Basically what it is it's exactly what it sounds like. I have so many assets, but not enough cash. So I've been buying these properties thinking that, they'll get me rich. I'll live off the cash flow eventually. I have, my net worth has increased significantly, which, all these things are true and will happen. But for example, my first house where I started my journey back in 2019, um, recently in January needed a $5,000 furnace. Um, One of the showers that I've known about, but I've been putting it off for a long time, is finally like on its last leg, and I need to rip that entire shower out and replace it. It's a tile shower. The valves have been having issues. The pressure's been having issues. It's been leaking. So now I'm gonna just pay somebody to just rip that whole thing out and replace it. It's gonna be probably, 4, 6, maybe 7 grand to just get it all done, right? Um, and I'm gonna be doing that here in the next week or two. So like this is like money that's coming out of my pocket, right? And the rental properties don't actually pay for that stuff, right? Like I get like maybe $800 from this one, 1,000 from this one. I live in one of my rental properties, so like I save money by not being a renter somewhere else, right? But it's not like I get a bunch of money every month from this. So a $5,000 expense is pretty big, right? And it comes out of my pocket. Like I'm still working, right? Like I'm a wholesaler. I have side jobs. I do real estate photography as a side hustle. Like, I mean, I'm doing a lot of things to generate income, but it all takes my time. And, with that expense, the furnace, the property is going to need a new roof, which is going to cost like, $12,000 if I'm lucky. I've already had quotes at like $17,000 and $18,000. So the problem is believe it or not, you guys, these assets, which they totally are, right? 2 fourplexes in a house are assets, right? They're going up in value. I'm generating money from them through rents, right? In excess of the cost, of the principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. So those things are all very important. But the problem is when there's a problem, right? When there's vacancy, when I need a new roof, when I need a furnace and a shower within the same 90 days, all that money comes out of my pocket, which luckily you're following me and I'm following great people. I have money saved. So I'm not donating blood. I'm not forced to sell a property. Like I have, my home equity line of credit that I can pull from. I have actual cash, to pay for all of these things. So I'm not sweating it, but it is concerning to me, that I have these assets. Can you imagine if I needed 3 roofs all at the same time? Now that would put me in a situation. And the likelihood of that is basically zero, but it's just something that you need to think about when you're having, assets, unlike like an online business, right? Which is something I'm really interested in starting. And I'm like trying to figure out like, okay, e-commerce, drop shipping, how, drop servicing, what can I do to produce income? This YouTube channel, right? This is something where I'm documenting my journey. Hopefully I can help other people who are interested in real estate, making money, financial freedom, stock investing, the things that I'm doing to try to get ahead. And I'm documenting this here in YouTube, right? Hopefully I'll make some money off of that. At some point I'll hopefully have sponsors, people that want to pay me money for shouting them out. I'll probably start doing some affiliate links here, and if you guys support those, that's awesome. Maybe I'll start a course. If I get enough people ask me the same question over and over again, maybe I'll start a course. if you guys are interested, where you can get like one-on-one talking with me or something like that. But right now it's an issue, right? I see this, and I want to let you guys know that for somebody who buys a house and gonna do exactly what I did, right? Buy a house, rent out the rooms, to buddies or whatever, people on Facebook, and try to be a landlord and make money. Be very careful. Right now is not an ideal time to buy. It's not, right? Interest rates are really high. Purchase prices still really high. I don't know if that's going to change though. Interest rates will change. Purchase price, I don't know. I don't think it's getting cheaper. Hate to say it, you guys. So just keep that in mind. But anyways, back to the topic here. I bought my house when I had $20,000 to my name. That was it, right? Like no net worth, no equity, no lines of credit. Like I had $20,000 cash, and that was it. And it took me an entire year of grinding to make that happen. Nobody gave me any money at all. In fact, I don't want to throw anybody under the bus, but somebody that I, thought really cared about me and that I, family that I could ask for a little bit of buffer money, not even for the down payment, but just in case I needed it, they said no. So I really all I had was 20 grand. I spent 13,500 of that on the down payment of the house. Just imagine, you guys, just imagine if I had this furnace and the shower happen right now. Boom, done, right? Like I would have been done. I would have had no money to make those things happen. I would have had to, if I'm lucky, been able to put them on a credit card. And I think even at that time, I didn't even have credit card. Like I had a credit card with maybe like a $3,000 or $4,000 limit, like max. So I would have really been in trouble. So I'm very grateful that that didn't happen to me, and I want to make sure that doesn't happen to you either. So please, like when you guys are acquiring assets, obviously not like stocks, not like gold or whatever, right? Crypto. But something physical like a business or a house or a multifamily, something that requires upkeep, that requires money coming from you in large amounts. So like 5,000 is a large amount, 15,000 is a large, $20,000 is a large amount of money. If that is required to maintain your property, be ready for that, because that does happen. And I'm 6 years into my journey so far. I started when I was 25, now I'm 31. And these are some major expenses. Obviously when I bought the house, I used what little money I did have left and I did this very frugally, right? Because I had what at that point? I had maybe 3 months payments, right? So I had to get renters in there. I had to fix things. I had to make it look nice. I had to replace flooring. I had to paint stuff. I had to, the garage was getting flooded during the winter time, so I had to cut, a drain in front of it. All kinds of crazy stuff, right? Luckily it worked. But I could easily see how this furnace at that house, right? It lasted 5 more years, or how that shower that has been an issue on and off for multiple years, both of those things could have hit me right at the first year, And even when I bought the house, I knew the roof was going to need replacement soon. And I've been pushing that off, and that's, I'm hoping it doesn't leak. But it's going to be replaced soon. So I guess just to say it in another way is like, if you guys are trying to buy properties right now, trying to get into a fourplex, like I advocate, right? Like, just remember, you guys, a fourplex, you have 4 kitchens, potentially 4 or more bathrooms. You have, bedrooms, you have a roof, you have windows, you have maybe a furnace or an HVAC system. You have 4 water heaters, right? All of those things cost money, and you either got to figure it out yourself, like I've had to do a bunch of times, or pay somebody, which I've had to do a bunch of times to figure it out. Replace flooring, baseboards, fix things, things that leak. So I'm just, please be very mindful, you guys. I will be completely honest. I have put, well, actually, let me rethink that. I wouldn't say that I've put more into these properties than they've returned to me. Money-wise at this point, absolutely. With the down payments, the fixes, the renovations, the replacements of things, I have taken my W-2 and 1099 income and I've poured it into these properties to renovate them, to get them to be, nice places for people to live. That the furnace isn't off-gassing CO2, that the shower isn't leaking, that the roof isn't leaking. So I've put way more money cash into these deals than they have produced to me. However, I have made more net worth. The value of those properties has gone up way more than money I've put into the deals. I think so far, 154 into fourplex number 2, just down payment, not including renovations or labor, or vacancy or maintenance. Fourplex number 1 was, 70,000 on the down, and I know for 100% certainty I've put about at least 40,000 into renovations of this fourplex. So that's 70 plus 40 plus 154 plus then the down payment for the house, and I've probably spent like $40,000 on that one. So that is all money that's come out of my pocket. But by doing that, I've increased my net worth and the value of all of these properties. Now my net worth is around, $650. And it took me about 200,000, 250, under 3. So I've pushed out about $300,000 worth of like cash. And obviously I don't have all of that, right? I used my HELOC, home equity line of credit, for 154 to get fourplex number 2. So like that wasn't even money I had, and I spent it, and I have to pay that back. But that's money I've put out to get these investments, and now my net worth, let's say I've spent 300,000, my net worth is over 6. So I've doubled my money, which is actually not that great, you guys, if you think about it. Like cash wise, like for the amount of money I put out, man, I wish I would have bought Bitcoin or something, but hey, I believe in real estate. I know it'll produce revenue. I know the rents will continue to go up. I know the values will continue to go up over time. And I didn't know that about Bitcoin, right? So, hey, what can you do? But yeah, I just wanted to tell you guys, this is a little cautionary tale before you guys jump all in to getting a house and house hacking, before you guys get into a fourplex or whatever. Just be ready. You need cash or access to capital. I did another video, is very important. Access to capital will absolutely determine whether you can get a fourplex, like I did with my home equity line of credit. I had access to the line of credit, which let me buy that asset. I have actual capital, like cash, ready to deploy for a furnace and for a shower and for a roof and for vacancy. So just be ready for that stuff, you guys. Here I am, looking out for you guys, trying to pour out value here. If you guys have any questions, if there's anything that you thought I can expand upon, if you guys have any thoughts or suggestions, please feel free to let me know in the comments. Catch you guys later.